Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Just like how WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H kicked off Night 1 of WrestleMania 41, Night 2 started with his wife. Stephanie McMahon cut a brief promo and welcomed fans to Mania once again. The billion-dollar princess mentioned how she was 16 the last time WrestleMania was in Las Vegas, and now, her middle daughter is the same age. It was undoubtedly an emotional moment for Triple H, who has had quite a few of those across the weekend as he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Taking to X/Twitter ahead of the first match of the show between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, Triple H sent Stephanie McMahon a touching two-word message. Many surprises are expected tonight on WrestleMania Sunday, with Randy Orton set to face a mystery opponent and Lyra Valkyria needing a new tag team partner to replace Bayley. Elsewhere, Damian Priest will face Drew McIntyre in a Sin City Street fight, and AJ Styles takes on Logan Paul for the first time ever. The main event of WrestleMania 41 will see Cody Rhodes defend the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena in the latter's final Mania match. It will be interesting to see who leaves Las Vegas with the title. Las Vegas shimmered with electricity on the second night of WrestleMania 41, the grandest stage of them all. The Allegiant Stadium roof nearly lifted off from the roars of thousands of fans in attendance, and millions more watching worldwide. But before any bell rang, before any championship was defended or dream realized, one woman stepped into the spotlight, Stephanie McMahon. It had been over a year since Stephanie walked away from her corporate duties in WWE. Her departure sent ripples through the wrestling world, but tonight, she returned, not just to WWE, but to the center of the WrestleMania universe. As her music hit, "Welcome to the Queendom" blaring through the speakers, the crowd erupted. Clad in a black and gold power suit that oozed confidence and legacy, Stephanie strutted to the ring with a commanding presence that once made her the most formidable woman in sports entertainment. She stood in the ring under the dazzling WrestleMania lights, the fans chanting "Welcome back." With a mix of nostalgia and appreciation. Holding the mic close, she began, "WrestleMania is about family. It's about legacy. It's about the moments we'll never forget. And tonight, we make more history together." She spoke with poise, reflecting on the evolution of the WWE Universe, the groundbreaking stories, and the stars who were about to give it their all. Her voice didn't just command the crowd, it united them. She closed with a tribute to her late father, Vince McMahon, her eyes momentarily glistening. "This show, this madness, this spectacle, is part of who I am. And I'm honored to say, welcome to Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. Let's make history." As the fireworks exploded, Stephanie stood in the center of the ring, arms outstretched, soaking in the love of a fan base that had watched her grow up in the ring. But behind the curtain, a different kind of emotional storm was brewing. Triple H, now the Chief Content Officer and head of WWE Creative, stood just off the stage, watching his wife with pride swelling in his chest. This moment wasn't scripted. This wasn't about business. It was about heart. It was about love. The camera backstage caught a fleeting but powerful moment, Triple H pulling out his phone, typing just 2 words, and hitting send. "You crushed." Those 2 words weren't just a compliment. They were a nod to everything they had been through. From their on-screen drama to behind-the-scenes leadership, from the challenges of family life to the daunting legacy of being McMahon royalty, Triple H, Paul Levesque, knew exactly what it meant for Stephanie to step back into that ring on that stage, on that night. She wasn't just opening a show. She was reclaiming a part of herself. Back in the locker room, Stephanie read the message and smiled. Not the corporate smirk or the kayfabe glare fans had come to know over the years, but a soft, emotional smile. She tapped her screen and sent back a red heart emoji, no words needed. Behind the scenes, superstars and legends alike congratulated her. Becky Lynch offered a hug. Bianca Belair grinned ear to ear and said, "You set the tone, Queen." Even Roman Reigns nodded respectfully, a rare show of admiration from the tribal chief himself. The fans didn't know it yet, but Stephanie's appearance marked more than a one-off moment. According to a backstage source, this was the start of something new. While she had no plans to return full-time, she would be more involved moving forward, especially in special projects, brand development, and even the possible expansion of WWE's women's division globally. Meanwhile, Triple H, already riding the high of orchestrating one of the most successful WrestleManias in years, knew his wife's return would elevate everything. The buzz was real. Social media exploded. "Stephanie just set the bar, and that's saying something on WrestleMania weekend," tweeted Corey Graves. "Give her the mic again next year," posted Trish Stratus. And trending number 3 worldwide, #you crushed. Backstage later that night, as matches unfolded and championship gold changed hands, Stephanie and Triple H finally reunited in the private office space near gorilla position. The cameras were off. The microphones muted. "You meant that?" Stephanie asked, walking over and putting a hand on his shoulder. Triple H looked up at her, grinning. "Every word." "Just 2 words," she teased. "Didn't need more," he said. "You didn't just come back. You reminded them why they loved you. You reminded me." For a moment, the king and queen of WWE just stood in silence, watching the monitor as the main event geared up. The crowd's roar vibrated through the walls. The magic of WrestleMania lived on. "You know," Stephanie said, nudging him with a smirk, "I've still got a few speeches left in me." Triple H raised an eyebrow. "You thinking what I'm thinking?" "SummerSlam. London," she replied, eyes gleaming. He chuckled. "I'll write 2 more words for you that night too." She leaned in. "You better." As Night 2 continued with unforgettable action, one thing was clear: WrestleMania 41 didn't just crown new champions or ignite new rivalries. It reminded the world that the McMahon legacy, led now by Triple H and potentially rekindled with Stephanie's spark, was far from finished. And it all started with 2 words: "You crushed." Because sometimes, the simplest message speaks the loudest. Stephanie McMahon sends heartwarming message to Triple H following WrestleMania success. Stephanie McMahon sent a heartfelt message to Triple H following WWE WrestleMania 41. The game was inducted into the company's Hall of Fame on Friday night, following SmackDown. WrestleMania 41 was a highly successful event, with thousands of fans packing both nights at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Following the event, Stephanie McMahon took to Instagram to send a heartwarming message to the 55-year-old, noting that she was in awe of her husband. Cody Rhodes defended the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania 41 last night. The Nation leader captured the title after popular rapper Travis Scott interfered in the match. Scott slapped the American Nightmare in the face at Elimination Chamber, and the 39-year-old got his revenge last night by planting him with a crossroads. However, John Cena capitalized on the distraction and bashed Rhodes over the head with the title to win the match. Triple H broke tradition and did not share a backstage photo with the 47-year-old after he won the title last night. Instead, the WWE CCO shared the backstage picture today ahead of Raw after WrestleMania. Ex-WWE employee praises Triple H for referencing Vince McMahon. Vince Russo complimented Triple H for mentioning Vince McMahon during his speech at the WWE Hall of Fame this past Friday night. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's WrestleMania 41 Night 1 review, the veteran complimented the King of Kings for mentioning Vince McMahon during his speech. "I do give Triple H kudos because I read this morning he did bring up Vince in his speech. Kudos to you, bro. I give him credit for doing that. There's nothing he could have said that could have been right or wrong. You can't have these 2 nights like Vince McMahon just was obliterated off the face of the earth. You just can't do that. So, I do give the guy credit for bringing him up." From 1:05 and 36 seconds onwards. The cerebral assassin gained power in WWE following Vince McMahon's resignation and currently serves as the chief content officer for the company. It will be interesting to see what the promotion has planned following WrestleMania 41. WrestleMania 41 was more than just a night of unforgettable moments, record-breaking crowd reactions, and jaw-dropping matches. It was a triumph for WWE's chief content officer, Paul Triple H Levesque. And no one felt that more deeply than his wife and former WWE executive, Stephanie McMahon, who took to social media the morning after the show to share a personal and heartfelt message that moved fans around the world. Her message, filled with love, pride, and admiration, gave the WWE Universe a rare glimpse into the emotional weight behind the success of WrestleMania and what it meant for the power couple who helped shape the modern era of wrestling. A historic WrestleMania. Triple H's second WrestleMania at the helm of WWE Creative was nothing short of legendary. From surprise returns to emotionally charged title changes, it was the culmination of a year-long vision carried by someone who had spent his life inside the squared circle. Night 1 delivered dream matches and tear-jerking retirements, while Night 2 brought the house down with a new WWE champion being crowned in a cinematic masterpiece of storytelling. Behind the scenes, Triple H's fingerprints were everywhere, pacing gorilla position, giving cues, and standing quietly as the entire locker room worked together to deliver his vision. As the final pyros exploded and chants of "Thank you, Hunter" echoed throughout the stadium, one person watched with both professional pride and personal love: Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie's message to Triple H. At 8:41 a.m. the morning after WrestleMania, Stephanie posted a photo on Instagram showing Triple H standing backstage, headset off, looking up at the Jumbotron as the credits rolled. Her caption read, "There are no words big enough to describe what I witnessed last night. Paul, I've watched you put your heart, soul, and sleepless nights into this show, not for yourself, but for the fans, the talent, and the legacy of this business we both love. WrestleMania 41 was a triumph, but more importantly, it was a reflection of the leader, the artist, and the man you are. I am so proud of you. I love you more than I can ever say." She followed it with a heart emoji and the hashtag WrestleMania 41, prompting an outpouring of support from WWE superstars, legends, and fans alike. Within minutes, the comments section was flooded with messages of admiration for both Stephanie and Triple H, applauding their legacy and impact on professional wrestling. Backstage reactions. According to reports from those backstage, Stephanie had been present at the event but stayed mostly behind the scenes, choosing to let Triple H shine in the spotlight he had earned. Sources described her as emotional throughout the night, especially during the Hall of Fame tributes and the final match, where her eyes reportedly welled with tears. Stephanie was beaming, one WWE producer noted. She knew how much this show meant to Hunter, not just as a creative mind but as a man who fought through health scares, corporate shakeups, and the enormous pressure of following in Vince McMahon's footsteps. After the show ended, Stephanie reportedly hugged Triple H for a long time in gorilla position before whispering something in his ear that made him visibly emotional. While no one knows exactly what she said, the moment was enough to leave even some of the talent misty-eyed. A full-circle moment. The WrestleMania success story is also one of redemption and resilience. Just a few years ago, Triple H stepped away from his duties following a serious cardiac event. Many questioned if he would ever return to WWE in a meaningful way. But not only did he return, he helped usher in a new golden era. Stephanie herself had taken a leave of absence in 2022 before officially resigning in early 2023. The decision was emotional but necessary, and in recent months, her support for Triple H's leadership has been unshakable. Last night's message was the most public she had been in some time, and fans embraced it as a symbol of unity, love, and the enduring power couple's lasting influence on WWE. Superstars respond. WWE superstars past and present chimed in on Stephanie's post. Cody Rhodes, beautiful words. Triple H gave me the stage to tell my story. Forever grateful. Rhea Ripley, he believed in us. He believed in this generation. This was our mania. Shawn Michaels, proud of my brother. What a show. John Cena, no one deserves this success more. Thank you, Hunter, for always fighting for what's right. Even Vince McMahon, who has remained quiet in recent months, was rumored to have sent a private congratulatory message, acknowledging his son-in-law's visionary execution of WWE's biggest night. The future is bright. As the confetti settles and the crew begins the teardown of the WrestleMania set, the momentum going forward is undeniable. With new champions, teased rivalries, and returning legends, Triple H has laid the groundwork for a thrilling post-WrestleMania season. But the most powerful takeaway from this weekend wasn't a title change or a shock return, it was a moment of pure humanity between two people who have given their lives to this business. Stephanie's message wasn't just for Triple H, it was for every fan who grew up watching, every wrestler who dreamed of performing on the grandest stage, and every person who believes in the magic of wrestling. A legacy cemented. For Paul Levesque, WrestleMania 41 was more than a show. It was a milestone. A statement. A chapter written in bold letters that says, WWE is in good hands. And for Stephanie McMahon, it was a chance to remind the world not just of his brilliance, but of his heart. Because behind the suits, the headset, and the game face, is a man who loves wrestling, and a woman who has always loved him. And for one night, under the lights of WrestleMania, that love shined just as brightly as the fireworks above.